There are several important ethical considerations to take into account when using artificial intelligence systems for mesothelioma prognosis and diagnosis. Mesothelioma is an aggressive form of cancer that develops in the lining of the lungs and abdomen and is primarily caused by exposure to asbestos. Prognosis for mesothelioma is generally poor, with the average survival time being 9 to 12 months for untreated pleural mesothelioma. Given the serious nature of the disease and its poor prognosis, it is critical that any tools used for prognostication are developed and applied ethically. Patient autonomy and informed consent. When developing and deploying AI systems for prognostic purposes, patient autonomy must be respected. Patients have a right to understand how their data will be used and what algorithms may say about their health and likely outcomes. They should provide informed consent for use of their data in model development and application. Consent processes need to clearly explain what an AI system is predicting, the uncertainties and limitations involved, and alternative prognostic methods. Patients' ability to opt out of AI analysis or refuse explanations must also be respected. Transparency of models and explainability. For AI to be trusted for high-stakes clinical decisions around mesothelioma, the models and their rationale must be transparent and explainable to both patients and clinicians. As machine learning models can be complex black boxes, efforts must be made to open them up and provide insight into how different variables influence predictions. Post-hoc explainability techniques can help shed light on model behavior without compromising performance. Transparency fosters appropriate use and helps identify potential biases, errors or unfair treatment that could negatively impact patient care, experience or rights. Potential for bias and unfair outcomes. As with any data-driven technology, there is a risk AI systems could inadvertently discriminate or disadvantage based on variables like gender, age, ethnicity or socioeconomic status. Models must be carefully developed and evaluated to ensure all patient groups are fairly represented in training data and experience equitable treatment and outcomes from the technology. Performance on varied subgroups should be continuously monitored for any unfair biases. Where imbalances exist, techniques like reweighting data or debiasing algorithms may help promote more just results. Handling inaccurate or changed predictions. Given uncertainty inherent in cancer prognostication, there is potential for AI systems to produce inaccurate predictions in some cases or for predictions to become outdated as a patient's condition or new variables emerge. It is important clinicians understand limitations and communicate these clearly to patients. Sensitivity will also be needed in how potential inaccuracies or changes are explained and their impact on care plans. Maintaining open and trusting doctor-patient relationships will remain vital for applying any tool judiciously and addressing misunderstandings that could arise. Clinical integration, oversight, and governance. Robust governance frameworks are essential as AI moves into practice for high-consequence domains like cancer care. Integrating such tools responsibly within multidisciplinary medical teams allows balancing outputs with clinical expertise and patient preferences. Oversight should involve regulatory bodies, ethics review boards and other stakeholders to help set standards for performance, safety, explainability and equitable treatment. Ongoing monitoring and incident reporting can further refine use and catch any emerging issues before harm occurs. Governance establishes accountability for tool developers and clinical end users alike in serving patients. Data privacy and security. Given the sensitivity of health data involved, strong privacy and security practices are a must. Information used to develop or apply prognostic AI systems should be identified and its handling compliant with regulations like HIPAA and GDPR. Mechanisms are needed to safeguard against unauthorized access by hackers or other breaches that could compromise patient confidentiality, cause psychological distress through the release of prognoses, or enable re-identification. Robust access controls, encryption, auditing and response plans help build necessary trust that the technology will respect and protect personal information. Continuous improvement and oversight. Even with considered development and deployment, unforeseen issues may emerge as an AI system interacts with real-world clinical and patient populations over time. Post-market surveillance allowing for ongoing evaluation, incident response and iterative improvement is therefore prudent when using such tools for life-changing prognoses. Multi-stakeholder oversight committees can provide transparency into system performance, help address ethical concerns that arise, and ensure practices continue serving patients responsibly. With cancer's complexity, technology may never replace the human element entirely, but judicious guidance supports its trust for the application. Many considerations around patient autonomy, explained and unbiased outputs, accurate yet nuanced communication, robust governance, data protection and continuous improvement must inform any ethical development and use of artificial intelligence for the grave task of mesothelioma prognosis to avoid potential harms and promote the well-being of those facing this disease. Adhering to ethical best practices can help ensure AI augments but does not replace essential human judgment or the doctor-patient relationship at such a critical juncture. With care and oversight, the technology presents opportunities to enhance care outcomes, but only if its application respects fundamental patient rights and medical ethics.